Hi, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. As the year 2012 comes to a close, I'm going to be taking 12 categories of beauty products and highlighting my top picks for the year in each of the categories. As a beauty blogger, I am in contact with an insane amount of makeup, cosmetics, beauty products, all year long. Certainly I use my own face and skin as the testing ground for all of these products. The products I'm going to be showcasing today are ones that I feel are excellent for the category that they're within, and these are products that I would recommend to anyone for a host of reasons that I'll be sharing today. On to the beauty products. And I'd like to point out that most of these products that I'm talking about today have in some way, shape, or form been either swatched and or reviewed on my blog, Beauty Professor. So if you're looking for more information, please check on my blog for additional details. Foundation is category number 1 of 12, and I had a great deal of trepidation narrowing down my foundations to just a couple, even one. That was not going to happen. So I've picked 7. That's probably only a third to a quarter of what I've tried this year, to put that into perspective. The first foundation is the Tom Ford Traceless Foundation Stick. I recently did a review of this foundation. Is portable, it gives an amazing skin-like finish, and it is just an all-around great foundation choice. Another foundation that I'm particularly loving this year, much to my surprise, is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream Foundation in number 320, which is warm golden. I have never found a drugstore foundation that I love as much as this. I didn't expect much, but I have to say it's exceeded every expectation and then some. It lasts for a really long time. It looks very natural. It does not cause any breakouts. And when I know I'm going to be gone all day and I want my skin to look its best, I do choose this because it is remarkable in terms of staying power and finish. Another foundation I've talked about a lot on my blog is the By Terry Cover Expert, and I have swatches of every single shade. This is kind of a hard to find brand that's sold at Barney's, at Space NK, but it's kind of difficult to locate, so swatches tend to be something my readers love. This foundation I remember getting back in January before a trip to Seattle, and I bought it on a whim but used it every second that I was gone. It gives amazing coverage, a beautiful velvet finish, comes in a bunch of shades that are suitable for most skin colors, and it's got just a skincare benefit feeling when you put it on. This is not an inexpensive foundation. It's definitely an investment, but one that's well worth it. I have it in 2 shades, number 7 and number 9. The next foundation that I use frequently and found over the summertime when I was in Palm Beach is the Metier de Beaute Classic Flawless Finish Foundation. I have it in number 7 and in number 9, and often I mix them, especially when my skin has more of a summer tone about it, which is usually tanner. This foundation has been on the market for a while. It's not a new release, but I'm really pleased with the formula. It gives a really beautiful satin finish, very skin-like, medium to medium full coverage, and it lasts a remarkable amount of time. I'd say 6 hours or so without any kind of patchy fading. It also has beautiful ingredients and is friendly to sensitive skin. A new release for this year that created a lot of buzz online and in beauty blogs would be the Giorgio Armani Maestro foundation. I remember reading about it months before it was going to be released, and I was checking the stores to see when it was coming in. I fortunately was at Neiman Marcus in Beverly Hills the day that it came into the store, so I was able to swatch every shade and share that with my readers, and it's still to this moment one of the posts that I have on Beauty Professor that gets so many views. And this is a very skin-like foundation as well. I would deem this medium coverage, but it's a beautiful medium. It literally melts into the skin. It's hard to see where the foundation has been applied, except the skin looks a lot better than it did before you put it on. And in terms of lasting power, it is a good 6 or 7 hours of lasting power. So it's also got sunscreen and SPF 15, and it comes in 12 shades. I think that people are waiting for maybe some other shades. I would say that this line runs a little bit light, and I wear between a 5.5 and a 6.5, one of the two. Sometimes I mix, and it's just beautiful. Rounding out the foundation category, 2 more to go. One is the Youngblood Loose Mineral Foundation, and this I wear in warm beige, which is a beautiful light to light medium golden toned foundation. I haven't been a fan of powder foundation or mineral powder foundation for years, but I was introduced to this earlier this year by Youngblood, and I was very pleasantly surprised. It gives great medium to medium full coverage. It buffs in really nicely so you don't have an obvious powdery finish, and it just enhances the skin. It also contains ingredients that are really good for one's skin, so no adverse reactions to this whatsoever, and I do have very sensitive skin. Finally, the very last foundation in my category for this year, I promise, is the Rouge Rouge Skin Sanctuary Foundation in Wheat Cream. I don't even have a full bottle yet, but I've been using this sample regularly, and it just gives amazing medium to medium full coverage. It has great skincare benefits, no reactions with my sensitive skin, and it does give more coverage than the Rouge Rouge Milk Aquarelle foundation, even though I really love that too. It's a beautiful formula. So that's it on foundations. The next category number 2 of 12, is powder. And I have but one powder to share. This is the Sulwhasoo Snow Wise Powder Foundation in number 2, which is natural beige. It's SPF 42, so the foundation sunscreen potential here is insane. But the powder itself is just beautiful. It's a lovely yellow-based beige. I don't use it alone, but I use it to touch up throughout the day should I need to with foundation, and it just provides a very silky, dewy finish that's still matte properties, and it's just fantastic. It's really the only thing powder-wise that I've been keeping in my purse for the last few months. So that's all I have to say on that. If you haven't tried Sulwhasoo, it's a Korean brand. Category 3 is highlighter and contour products. And I have a few that I really love. One is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Intensity 1, or number 1. And I've talked about this before in videos and on my blog. It comes with 2 cream-based shades, a brown-based shade for contouring, and a whitish glimmering shade for illuminating. And I'm actually wearing it right now. It just provides great bone structure, beautiful transparent illumination, nothing glittery. So this is a must. Bronzer is category 4 of 12. We're moving right along, and I have pretty much stuck to this for the entire year. It's the Rouge Rouge Bronzing Powder. Now I'm showing you the at Goldcombe Beige shade, but I also use the Netherway Cove shade. That's been reviewed on my blog, and I've also done a side-by-side of Netherway Cove and Goldcombe Bay. These bronzers, and this is a little lighter, I call it my winter bronzer. These bronzers have a beautiful, very natural finish. They last a good deal of time, and they never turn orange, nor do they turn muddy. They just give a very healthy, bronzed look to the skin. I'm actually wearing some right now over the Tom Ford contour, and the 2 products complement each other. So I love these. You can read more about them on my blog. It's a great bronzer from a wonderful line. Category 5 is blush, and I have narrowed it down to 2 products. One is the Rouge Rouge second or original skin blush in number 034. It's called Gracilis or Gracilis. It is a very natural rose pink that just brightens up the face. I wear it on the apples of my cheeks. There's a nominal amount of shimmer. It's more like a satin finish than it is a shimmer one, and maybe even closer to matte than shimmer. I love this rose shade. It's not too dark, and it doesn't get dark as the day wears on. No oxidation here. And the next blush that I'm really happy to have found this year is the Tom Ford Frantic Pink, which is a beautiful pale shimmery pink that does provide a nice amount of pigmentation. I have some on the apples of my cheeks right now. Category number 6 is concealer. We're halfway there, and I have 2 concealers that I've chosen to cover for this video. One is the RMS Un Cover-Up in number 22, and this is like the Living Luminizer, a coconut-based product that has one of the most natural skin finishes I've ever seen from a concealer. And then also the Metier de Beaute Peau Vierge Concealer in number 2. It's a beautiful beige. I wear it under my eyes and anywhere that I might need to touch up throughout the day because it is tinted. It's got good pigmentation, and it also contains a variety of skincare benefits, so it's working over time to make your skin look better, not only aesthetically, but even under the surface, and that's what makes this so great. Category 7 is primer, and I only use 2 primers ever this year, and that says something that I haven't been switching. One is the Metier de Beaute Peau Vierge in number 2. I'm on my 2nd bottle of this, so it lasts about 6 months with regular use, and this is an illuminator, a lightly tinted moisturizer, a primer, and it just finishes the skin so beautifully. There is even some sunscreen in here, though I would say it's kind of negligible in terms of SPF content. So this is, I don't wear makeup without putting this on first, and it always just improves the condition of my skin. It also has retinol, which over the long term is also great for increasing cell turnover. So there is an aesthetic benefit on the outside, but also once again on the inside, this product is working to improve my skin. The only other primer I use is one for the top of my eyes. It's the Beauty is Life Sparkle Primer Transparent. There's nothing about it that's actually sparkly, so the name's a little misleading. But I was introduced to this in San Francisco by a Beauty is Life specialist. It's a clear liquid. You can put it on your eyes and then put shadow over it, and it makes your shadow last for a really long time. Or you could mix this with another shadow, and especially one with shimmer, and it'll create a beautiful foil effect that does not budge for the entire day. Next up is eye makeup, and I'm going to be talking about brow products, mascara, liner, and shadow, all in the same category. I'm not much of an eye makeup person. I mean, I certainly wear some every day, but I'm not somebody who spends hours layering shadows to create an effect. I prefer things that are simple, looks that are very wearable as I'm in the classroom most days out of the week, and looks that I can achieve with very little time. For brows, I've been working with a product called Billion Dollar Brows. It's a company I was introduced to this year, and their Hint of Tint Brow is a tube that's got a brush and a very lightly tinted wand of product, and I just brush it onto my brows. It gives them a fullness, a slightly darker tint, but it is so natural looking. In terms of mascara, there are 3 breakthrough mascaras, or mascaras I would consider just seminal to my routine. One is the Rouge Bunny Rouge Mega Plumes, and this was something that Rouge Bunny Rouge lovers were eagerly waiting for the release of. I've reviewed this on my blog. It has got a mega large brush, kind of similar to that of Giorgio, but I like this formula better. It's not as strongly scented, it builds lashes very quickly, and there's no flaking off as the day wears on. Another mascara that I bought on a whim would be the Guerlain Les 2. This is not new, it's been around for a while. It has 2 sides, one with a wand for the bulk of your mascara application, and the other with a very small wand for getting into tiny areas like the lower lash line or perhaps the corners. I don't often use the small one, but I like knowing it's there. And this formula, it's a little drier, but in a good way. I like using the tiny brush when I'm in a hurry because I tend to get mascara everywhere if I'm not careful, and this kind of keeps it limited to my lashes. 2 coats and your lashes are very thick and very dark and very long. And finally, another mascara from Guerlain. This was released just within this month of December 2012. It's called Cils d'Enfer, and it's, or otherwise known as Maxi Lash, and it has got a larger brush than the Les 2, a little bit more moisturizing formula than the Les 2. It just feels wetter, if you will, but it builds like a dream. I have it on right now. And you can see that it gives a great false lash effect with a couple of coats. It does have a rather strong rose scent, but I haven't had any sensitivity issues, and my eyes are both sensitive and I wear contacts. So kind of the ultimate test in that regard. It's a great mascara. Definitely something that's been flying off the shelves at the Guerlain counters. On to liners. I'm showcasing 2 liners. One is a pencil, and it's the NARS Larger Than Life pencil in Via Appia. I could literally wear this every day in some capacity. I wear it under my eyes and it creates this beautiful kind of warm, dark, plummy brown effect. I can wear it as a line above my eyes. I could even smudge it out and make it a shadow. It really lasts a long time, which is what makes this so utilitarian, and the color is just beautiful. I think it would flatter almost every eye shape and eye color. The other liner that I'm really happy I discovered this year would be the Dolce & Gabbana liquid liner. This one is in Black Intense, shade number 1, but I also have it in a very dark green and a bronze shade as well, Baroque Bronze, which was new for this season. This has a very small brush applicator. The product is held inside of here. It does not leak. It's great to keep in the purse, bounces around, no problems. And it creates just a beautiful line. But I think what's more impressive, it creates a beautiful line. I'm currently wearing it right now. But I think what's more impressive is the fact that this does not move. It does not smudge. It does not flake off or rub off. It's almost like the Japanese tube mascara in terms of the fact that when it gets wet, you kind of have to peel it off, or you could use an oil-based makeup remover. But it's not going to transfer to the upper part of your lid, which is always a problem for me with liquid liners. I am just really impressed by how stalwart and powerful, how formidable this formula is. It does not move. Category 8 is eyeshadow. One is the Metier de Beaute eye brightening and setting powder. Not exactly a shadow, except sometimes I wear it as one. I really like its texture. It's a very kind of pink beige powder. I can put it over my entire lid as I have today and then put a line over it, and it helps my line to not move. I can also wear it under my eyes to brighten things up and almost wear it like a concealer. Another shadow that I really like is the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill in number 28, which is a beautiful bronze plum tone. And I have a backup of this. I like it so much. I've worn it in different tutorials and on my blog, so please feel free to check that out. Category 9 of 12 is lip color. The Tom Ford lip color in Pink Dusk. I have a tube from the original release. It's white. All of his lipsticks now are in brown cases, but this is a very pretty medium mauve pink, creamy, full coverage. I've talked about it on my blog. It is always in my purse. I'm about halfway finished with this one, so I'll need a new one soon. Then there is the Tom Ford Nude Vanilla. This is shade number 12 in the more contemporary brown casing. And this is perhaps the best nude, and I tend to be a pale and nude lip color lover. I gravitate towards these very light shades. This is perhaps the best nude I have ever used. The opacity is amazing. The nourishment it gives my lips is remarkable, and it mixes lovely in a lovely way with darker colors. I'm actually wearing it right now with my next lipstick selection, which is the Expert Lip Color by Kevyn Aucoin. It was released this year, and this shade is Micavel. Here's the case. It's a beautiful kind of peachy, corally, peachy coral, that's what it is. And it's got some beautiful full coverage and shine. But it's bright and it's a tiny bit dark for me, so I mix it with the Nude Vanilla as I have done right now. And it just provides a really full coverage, peachy lip that isn't over the top. Category 10 of 12 is hair care and body care. And I've pared this down to 3 products I discovered this year that have become a regular part of my routine. One is the Rescue Hair Care. I'm showing you the conditioner, but there's also a shampoo. It's by Intelligent Beauty Labs, and this is the Rescue Restorative Conditioner. It has baobab oil and keratin booster, but it has created such a soft texture on my very long, very thick hair. My mom uses this as well. We really love it, the shampoo and the conditioner. And this can be found at Derm Store, where I believe it is an exclusive product. It smells kind of like a warm vanilla, similar to the Moroccan oil with like a little sweet musk to it, but nothing overpowering. And my hair situation, my condition has just been fantastic since I've been using this. You can see there's good movement, good bounce. It's good stuff. In terms of a dry oil mist for shine and for manageability. I like the Bamboo Candy Oil Dry Oil Mist by Alterna. There are a heck of a lot of names to this particular product. You can get this at Sephora. I'm on my second bottle already. This is another product that my mom uses as well. We both love it because it smooths out frizz. It gives a beautiful shine to your hair. Kind of see the light on my hair right now. It also, for me, I tend to get tangly, and this helps me to detangle very easily when I'm brushing, which is not one of my favorite tasks. So this is great stuff. And then finally, the Nuxe, and I hope I'm saying that right, Huile Prodigieuse. Okay, French is not my language. I should really learn it for all the beauty products I talk about. At any rate, this stuff has been around for a very long time. People have been talking about it for years. This is a multi-purpose dry oil. It smells so good. Almost like the beach and dessert mixed up together, which is great. And I just put a few drops of this on my skin after I get out of the shower. And I love the scent, but I also love the fact that I get great moisture. It seals the moisture in, and you only need a couple of drops. I've been told, according to the directions, that you can use this on your face, on your hair as well. I haven't tried those areas yet, but I do love it for my body. Category 11 of 12 is fragrance, and I only have one fragrance to discuss today, and that is Angel Cuir, C-U-I-R. Will that sharpen up? You can see this is different than the regular Angel bottle. It was a limited release for just 2012, which makes this apropos for discussing it. I've never been a fan of Angel as a perfume. It smells amazing on other people, but I've never enjoyed it on myself whenever I've sampled it. So I was surprised that I loved this so much. It's got some of this very sweetness of Angel mixed with that gourmand feeling, but it's also steeped or infused with leather, and I do love the smell of leather. My brother is a purse maker. You can check him out at sethwechter.com. And so I'm always smelling leather when I see him. Leather just has an amazing comforting, the scent lasts and lasts, so I can only speak good things about its lasting power. I know Angel's not for everyone. People tend to have pretty polarized reactions to it. They love it intensely, or they might find it odious, but I do really enjoy this particular version of the Angel Cuir, C-U-I-R, and I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on a bottle now. The final category is skincare. One is the Sponge Lady Avocado Oil, and it has avocado oil, vitamin D, and vitamin E. You can get this at Sephora or Barney's. It's made without any parabens or chemicals, cruelty-free. It's a product of Greece. It just smells incredibly healthy. I put a layer on my face at night or in the morning, and you get a beautiful glow and intense hydration. Wonderful product. Another product that I appreciate is the Sunday Riley Good Genes, and I'm on my third bottle of this, so I've written about it. I've answered many questions on my blog about it. It's hard to say what category you'd put this in. I wear it at night, and in the morning, my skin is invariably smoother, my pores are smaller, everything's tighter. It's just amazing. It primarily uses lactic acid to achieve those results. Just brightens your complexion. And that concludes my top products in 12 beauty categories for 2012. If you're curious about any of these products, likely they've been extensively reviewed on my blog, www.beautyprofessor.net, along with swatches and pricing information. I wish you a happy and a healthy and a truly blessed 2013, and I welcome your questions and feedback on these products. Take care.